ingredients already ready to go when you're cooking makes the whole process so much easier. And I used to have, for example, already chopped up onions and garlic and stuff like that, but unfortunately I ran out, so it's time to do it again. Now, since I'm already prepping in the afternoon for tonight's dinner a little bit anyways, I'm just gonna combine it all at once and then hopefully get it done. So for tonight's dinner, I'll be having some tempeh, so I'm gonna cut it up in some cubes and then add some sauce to it. And then, since I'm already working on one tempeh, might as well work on another bag of tempeh. And I'm going to turn these into sort of slices that you can add onto a piece of bread or in a wrap or something like that. And then I'll also chop the onions, the garlic, and the gingers. These bags of tempehs go off quicker than I always expect them to, so I find that if I just get the meal, let's say the prep work out of the way, then, well, I know it will last longer and I don't have to worry about the tempeh in the fridge is about to go bad. Like, I have to use it tonight. It's prepped, it's marinated, it's cooked a little bit, it's in the freezer. Don't have to think about it until the day I want to use it. So for the one that I like to use in curries or on top of rice, something like that, for more dinner recipes, I'll try to really chop it to a small size. And then final step, dicing it. Okay. Now I want to do a bit of the prep work, and you just kind of eyeball this, and if there's a bit too much, then I can just add it to the dinner tonight. Or if there's too little, then just add on to it. This one will be for the tempeh, let's say slices, so I'm also going to make that at the same time. Marinate for a few hours, then I'll cook it tonight, and then let it cool off and freeze the rest tomorrow. For the next tempeh slices, I want to cut these into really thin slices. Okay, done. Mix up my sauce a little bit here. Take the tempeh slices and I'm just gonna soak it in the sauce, laying it flat. Okay, I'll let that sit for a few hours as well. To peel and dice the gingers. This is a kind of incredibly boring task to do at once, but you just get out of the way and then it saves you so much time when you're cooking at other times. And finished peeling and chopping all the ginger. So now I want to get in a food processor. And now that the ginger is all chopped up, I can add, well, a little bit of this tempeh marinating. Then I'll grab a bag and then freeze the rest. I just grabbed a freezer bag and I took a piece of 3M Scotch Magic Tape and then I just wrote ginger on it. Small recommendation to write down the label before you put the ingredients in it. The ginger work is prepped, it's all done. And now if I ever need some ginger for a sauce or a recipe or something like that, well then just grab it out of the freezer, cut off a bit, and then blend it, use it in a pan. So easy. So the next thing on the agenda list is to do the same as I did for the ginger, but then for the garlic. So I'm gonna peel this, then chop them, and then put them in the food processor sort of to blitz them up. The garlic is also all peeled and ready to go in here. And I'm going to put this in some kind of bag to go in the freezer as well. Sometimes when I don't have any of those proper freezer bags left over, kind of just grab an old bag of this one's dates, clean it up, and then I'll write garlic on it. Same with the garlic, anytime that's needed for a sauce or a dinner recipe or something like that, just grab this out, cut off a little piece, and good to go. And now for the rest of it, I can just add it into the tempeh marinating batch. I finished all the prep work that I wanted to do for today. I'll let this marinate a few more hours and then use it for tonight's dinner. And then the other one, I'll let it sit overnight and then maybe cook it tomorrow. Then with the garlic and the ginger, that's also just very useful to have for dinners in the future or lunches or something like that. Takes a little bit of time to do it now, but I find that it saves you so much time in other moments, so I'm always very happy that I've done it before. It's a few hours later, so I'm going to start cooking these up in a wok pan, and then the amount that I'm going to use for dinner tonight, I'll put it separate, and then the rest I'll let it cool off tomorrow, and then put it in some kind of freezer bag to put in the freezer, so that it's super convenient and easy when you need tempeh for some kind of dish, and you don't have to do the whole marinating and chopping process all over again. So it saves you so much time to do these kind of things. Save a bit of time, I'll grab a second larger pan and use that to cook the tempeh slices. You don't want to crowd these, so that's why I'm just doing them in batches. these are done. I can start on the second batch soon. Prepare it to go in the freezer. So for the tempeh slices, just gonna grab a large Ziploc bag. And in order to stop some of them from sticking, grab a small Ziploc bag. And all that's left to do is quickly label these. Usually I'll write down what it is and then the date that I cooked them. Time for basically another occasion where I might want to use some tempeh for a recipe or something that I don't have to go through the whole process of cutting it up, marinating it, letting it sit for a few hours, cooking it, let it cool up, and now I can just instead grab a few slices or a few cubes, pieces from the freezer instead. So glad to have done that.